Hey there, welcome to Table Tennis Philosophy. Today we've got a little bit different approach to talking about table tennis. I'm not doing an equipment review. You're not getting kind of videos or anything about talking about technique. We're talking about goals and systems in table tennis. And this actually might be far more important than talking about you doing a better serve or anything else you could possibly do. Let's talk about short-term goals. And here's where there's some overlap between goals and systems. For instance, for the day, I actually don't have any specific table tennis lessons scheduled for this Monday. And so in a sense, I could set up a goal of practicing serves, doing some other sort of individual practice, that kind of thing. But in fact, I set my goal today as not worrying about it, taking a day off, getting some rest, mental rest really from table tennis, working on other exercises and just allowing myself to do that. So that would be a very, very short-term goal for the day. And but obviously that's not a good goal for every day, because if I never play, I'm not going to be very good. So my goal for tomorrow is actually not a goal. It's part of a system. It's already set in place. I know I have 2 lessons scheduled, so I'll be, at least I'll have the racket in my hand, and I'm scheduled to go play league at AGTTA tomorrow night. Now, part of my, if I was going to set a goal for that, what I would be doing is saying, okay, I'm going to be whatever table I'm on, that I'm gonna win all my games, I'm gonna win all my matches, I'm gonna win every point. It's not a very realistic goal. In fact, even saying I'm gonna win my table isn't really a realistic goal, in that I don't know which table I'm going to be assigned to. I might be on table 3, table 2, table 1. I don't know who else is showing up. Let's say on table 2, and they have a new player that comes in. I've never played them before, and they're underrated. Who knows? There's any number of things that could happen where I might not meet my goal of winning my table. On the other hand, part of the system is I'm going to show up, I'm prepared to play, I'm going to play the best I possibly can. And with that, at the end of the night, I can evaluate how I did, but at least I plugged in to something that's going to make me a slightly better player. I mean, it might only be this much. I could lose all my matches, and it might be the best thing that could happen to me for my improvement in the future. But either way, it's going to be a good experience for me to get out and play someplace different. I haven't played over there in a while. So that's part of a system of improvement that you could say it's a goal that I show up. That's not a given either. I could get a flat tire. But setting up a system is far better idea than setting up a goal. So I could set up a long-term goal of reaching a 2000 USATT rating. That's something I've always aspired to, and I'm a ways away from it right now. But again, it's not a totally unrealistic goal. If everything lined up in the right tournament, I played the right people, I had a great day, I believe it's possible. But why set myself up for that, where I have put this out there that I have decided to achieve this goal, and while I might do it, I might have a number of tournaments where I don't do it, and I might even go backwards sometimes. But by signing up for tournaments, I'll certainly improve the chance that I might get to that at some point. So rather than, again, going into a tournament with a goal of, I'm going to pick up 100 rating points, I have no idea. I have no idea who's going to show up, who's going to play well, what players I may face that I've never played before. And so setting up goals is usually you got to be a little careful with it. Whereas setting up systems is probably going to help you get a lot further. For instance, you say, okay, I'm going to do some table tennis training. I'm going to schedule training with a coach or with a training partner. I'm putting this on my calendar for these 4 days of the week. Now you have a system that each day you may only get just that much better, and you're not going to notice it in a week, you're not going to notice it in a month, but if you stick to your system of whatever your schedule is and have things where you have to commit to it by having other people coming in that they're expecting you to be there, that helps a lot. After 6 months, after a year, you should be able to look and see, well, how well is my system working? And I'm borrowing this whole idea of goals and systems very heavily from Scott Adams. He's the cartoonist that does Dilbert cartoons, and something he talks about a lot, and I've been heavily influenced by some of his thinking. But transferring that over to table tennis, it actually makes a whole lot of sense. You can set all the goals you want. You can say, I want to be the world champion. I want to be the best player in my club, all that. Far better to set up a system that allows you to be the best player that you possibly can, that schedules your days to make your short-term and long-term situation be a whole lot better, rather than setting goals that may or may not be realistic. All right, hope that was helpful to some of you guys, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.